50 Ways to Live Your Time. Number 11. Human consciousness has fallen into things. By Kosen Handa. The three-dimensionality of an object as a solid and the three-dimensionality of the surrounding space. Although there is an absolute difference between the two, regardless of the presence or absence of an observer, the human gestalt, i.e., the human cognition system, cannot differentiate between the two. Let's explore this in greater detail. According to Okotsuto, human consciousness has fallen into the interior of things. Contrarily, we believe that we observe them from their exterior space. Assuming that our viewpoint is located within an extension of the object's internal spatial concept, we remain in that interior space. Conceptually, we are unable to transcend the boundary of objects. Since we cannot see the outside of things from the inside, we should not be able to see things as real from such a place. This illusion, where we cognize something as real when, in fact, we cannot truly see it, is termed a delusional reflection of the incidental quality of matter in Okotsuto's terminology. In essence, the things we see are illusory, reflecting a limited understanding of spatial cognition. In other words, we don't have an accurate conceptual understanding of the space in which we see things. Let me explain what I mean. Throughout my discussions, I have consistently emphasized the discomfort of scientific rationale without assigning numerical sizes to space. For instance, the diameter of an apple is roughly 10 centimeters. The distance between Tokyo and Hakata is approximately 1,000 kilometers. The diameter of a galaxy spans around 100,000 light years, and so on. Evidently, we rely on scales and measurements to illuminate the state of the external world in the light of reason. Upon reflection, it becomes evident that the concept of space standardized by size does not accurately represent the world we perceive as reality. As previously mentioned, visual space is projective, explaining why the moon can visually appear the same size as a dime, and, in extreme cases, galaxies can seemingly fit within the eye of a needle. Consequently, the mental images of relationships, such as containing and being contained, abstracted by our consciousness through scale, have no direct correlation with our visual space. Instead, they are more closely associated with our sense of touch than our sense of sight. One of my reasons for making the dimensional paratrons, or observing particles, Psi 1 to Psi 2 correspond to the sense of touch, is that our sensation of touching an object feels like a membrane is being created that envelops the object's internal space. At the same time, it turns out that the space surrounding the object has little significance in terms of sense of touch, such as texture, bulkiness, and feel. In the tactile area, there's no exterior space of things, which gives our consciousness a relatively fresh sensation. It will be beneficial for everyone to reaffirm this sense of the absence of exterior of things by actually touching things. Now, imagine the following situation. Visualize an apple in front of you with a diameter of 10 centimeters. Now, picture that apple growing larger and larger in your mind's eye. As the diameter expands to approximately 5 meters, you, the observer eye, find yourself completely enclosed within the imaginary apple. The scale, once grasped by the sense of touch, now engulfs I, the observer. This is the notion of the world inside a thing. The notion of length initially emerged from the concept of the internal space of objects, which is defined by their boundaries, such as width and height. As long as we adhere to the concept of length, our consciousness can never go outside the object. Applying length to the space external to an object is a category error if there is a special distinction between the inside and outside of an object. However, we often apply such a concept of scale to the space outside things without hesitation. For instance, in astrophysics, we extend this concept to cover the entire universe. And then we wonder, what is happening outside the universe? It's a mystery. However, this line of questioning seems fundamentally flawed. Capturing space with the concept of scale is equivalent to applying the spatial concept of the inside of an object to the outside. Such a spatial concept disregards the presence of an observer, resulting in a captured world that differs from our actual visual experience. Okotsu's statement, human consciousness has fallen into matters, thus it has no direction, can be interpreted as a reference to this situation of our spatial awareness. In my book, I characterized the pervasive concept of scale as a jet black abyss that devours light from every nook and cranny. Unleash your imagination and envision this phenomenon. Picture an unidentified, pitch black space inside an object, stealthily seeping outward, devouring I, countless others, the earth, and even the universe. As a result of this consuming force, the entire world has transformed into mere numerical data. Consequently, this data is now being simulated and systematized within a thing known as a computer. Furthermore, some people perceive the simulated virtual space as equivalent to the actual space. What is virtual reality?
It is a reversal of human consciousness' evolutionary direction. Precisely the opposite of how humans want to evolve. It is a world of things within things within things. It is the world where things within things, i.e., the delusional reflections of the incidental qualities of matters, have become God.
What an amazing expression! It picturizes an infinite mirror world. In fact, according to Okotsu, Space acts as a layered structure with an infinite number of superimposed dimensions. Nosology defines dimensions as such. Within these dimensions, two opposing directions exist. One generates the world, while the other leads to its demise. Nosology aims to bring this dimensional structure to the forefront of human intelligence. The conceptual power that shapes this structure is what I always refer to as the transformer gestalt.